Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to all our 12th Monarchs out there in Monarch Nation, coming off an extremely disappointing homecoming loss to a good Middle Tennessee team. This is a game that should have been much closer than the score was. The reason the game was not close is we had two pick sixes on offense that led to 14 points. We allowed three explosive TDs with missed tackles on defense that were 20 points, and then we had a missed block on a punt. Our punter got tackled at our own 23 that led to another 7 points. So 41 of the 51 points were areas that we could perform a lot better at than we did in this game. Starting with special teams overall, it was a good performance against a very good special teams unit. Middle Tennessee does a nice job with their teams. We won the drive start in the game, which is the exchange of field position through special teams, but we had that one major mistake on punt that really hurt us. Defensively, difficult to overcome the field position, the points we allowed, but we did not play well on defense. We allowed those three explosive touchdowns. We had 12 missed tackles in the game for 147 yards, a couple of big ones on some long plays. This should have been a much better performance in this game defensively than it was. And then offensively, we had 70 plays for 520 yards. I felt like we moved the ball consistently throughout the game. 243 of those yards came in the first half, so it was balanced in both halves. The problem was we had the 5 turnovers, which is very uncharacteristic of our offense, and we were 2 for 7 in the red zone. So we had an opportunity 7 times. We had the ball down inside the 25-yard line. If we score 7 touchdowns, that's 49 points. We only scored 10 points on those 7 trips to the red zone, and something we need to improve at, obviously, is our ball security. This week we go into a bye. We've had 13 straight weeks of football with the 4 weeks of camp and the 9 weeks of the season. This will be a good week for us to get some guys back healthy that we need to get back. We anticipate going into the North Texas game, we'll get Lawrence Garner back, who is still our leading tackler. 2 of our tackles, Juwan Ross and Brandon Tyson, missed this game. Hopefully we'll get them back. Kane Miskell, who also missed the game, one of our safeties, and then our special teams running back, a guy who's been really good on special teams, Brandon Sinclair. So I'm hopeful we'll have those 5 back for the North Texas game, as well as get a lot of our guys that are playing a lot of football, get them a week to get healed up and get better. And I will gladly take questions.
Bobby, one of the guys you didn't mention maybe getting back was Jeremy Cox. Is this still a possibility?
Yes, Jeremy, that's my mistake. I do believe Jeremy will be back for this game. He re-injured his ankle in practice last Wednesday, and he was close on Saturday. He just couldn't get enough strength in it, pushing off. We don't practice this week until Friday, so he'll just work through his rehab. But we do count on getting him back for this game, and we could really use him. Keyshawn is physically pretty beat up, although he had another good football game, 17 carries, 108 yards. But we need that. We need what Jeremy can bring also.
Are there younger guys you'd like to maybe start getting in the mix now, and maybe even in practice with a different schedule, and as you go down the stretch here, the final 3 games?
Yeah, we played 11 freshmen to this point, and we'll continue to look at that, add that opportunity. We're very mindful of the 4-game limit because there's guys that we had a plan with starting right from the first game of the season that we were going to try to get them involved in 4 games if we could. But yeah, that'll be a focal point for the remaining 3 games is are there freshmen that, number one, can help us win, because the number one goal right now is to win football games, but also is there an opportunity based on whether it's either injury or performance, can we get them in the football game? So we'll certainly look at that these last 3 weeks.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, thank you all for coming. Have a great week, everybody.